My name is Pam Dunwald. I am one of your nurses from your Nurse Advocate Consulting. And, we're almost into the end of the first quarter. We are beginning March. And, we haven't talked about yet this year is we haven't talked about the top trends for senior care for this year for 2025. And so I wanted to take a few minutes today during these Tuesday tips to talk about what some of the trends are. Some are ongoing and continuing from last year. Some have changed a little bit. So we're going to talk about that and how it impacts families, those that are caring for aging loved ones. And just as a reminder, I will put it here in the chat. I just wanted to remind everybody that we do have coming up our free masterclass on the roadmap for families taking care of seniors. And we're going to focus on three different areas: getting your affairs in order, working with your family to share the responsibilities, and also navigating the healthcare system and knowing what your aging loved ones may need. So we have that coming up. There's 3 dates in March, and so don't forget about that. It's free, but you do have to register. So go ahead and get your spot saved and choose a date that works best for you. And so once again, this is the login information to go ahead and get registered for that. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. So one of the trends this year is going to be senior housing. Now, we know that by the year 2030, every single baby boomer is going to be 65 years of age or older. And you know what that adds to the housing needs. I mean, the CDC projects that the over 65 population rose by over 38.6% between 2010 and 2020. And now it's going to increase to 55.8 million, which is going to be another projected increase of another 15% over those next years. So there is a lot of us that are going to be aging, and I am, in that category as well. So when you're looking at housing costs and expenses, here's one of the challenges. One of the challenges is yes, we have to have enough assisted living. We have to have enough nursing home beds. But the problem is going to be not being able to afford the private pay assisted living or those similar levels of care. And so what we're seeing is, assisted living can be anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000 a month. Nursing home can be anywhere from $7,000 to $10,000 a month. We're seeing to try and make it more affordable, we're seeing less availability of single rooms, say in nursing home. They're having to look at people sharing rooms again to help keep the cost affordable for people that are on private pay. Because as we know in nursing homes, you get, the 120 days, you get 20 days paid for, you get 100 days that Medicare will pay for at 80%, and you have a 20% copay, but that's only if you have a skilled need. That's only there if you're there for rehab. If you're just there for custodial care, Medicare does not cover any of that nursing home stay, and it all is private pay. So what we're seeing in the trend coming up for 2025 is that people don't have enough money put away in retirement to be able to pay for those things. So what does that lead? That leads to another trend. It leads to a trend of desiring to age in place. They can't afford it to go to assisted living or a senior, living community or a nursing home. So they want to age in place. What else is that calling another trend? Another trend is multi-generational living. People, not only do they not want to move away from their kids and their grandkids, but because of financial, situations, the families are looking to take in their aging parent, grandparent, or aging loved one because they don't have a place that they can afford to go. So these are, along with another trend, longevity and living longer. So with all our technology and medicine and our aging adults living longer, what does that lead to? That leads to yet another trend, which is, the need for memory care. As we age, oftentimes we have that forgetfulness or Alzheimer's and all the other dementias that are in place and very prevalent. I mean, they say that half the people, the Center of Disease Control says that half the people over the age of 65, have at least one chronic health condition, and 25% have more than one. And dementia is, could be one of those chronic diseases. Again, more aging, more chronic diseases, more dementia, more need for memory care. With all of these things going on, also solo aging. One aging parent or aging grandparent that are living alone. And so that comes with its whole set of challenges when you have an elderly person living alone. My mom is a solo ager. She lives in her home. She's 85 years old. She just had a little fall the other day. And, all of us, there's 5 of us siblings, and we have these ongoing conversations. Every time something like this happens, we have to have that family conversation. Okay, what's the next step? Are we, is mom getting to the point where she's not safe at home? And so, you're always, things are always changing, but those are some of the concerns, again, with solo aging is, are they getting meals? Are they safe? What happens if they fall and they can't get up? I mean, do they have a lifeline? Can they get to the phone? So a lot of concerns, a lot of things go on with solo aging. And one of the things, one of the good things that's coming up is the trends is still the improvement in technology, such as telehealth. When COVID, when the pandemic hit, a lot of people were concerned they couldn't get in, everything was shut down, and they were doing telehealth visits with the doctor, and that was really new, and people were very skeptical about it. I was too. How does a doctor listen to someone's lungs? How does a doctor listen to someone's chest, their heart when they're doing a televisit? Well, we've really ramped up our technology with telehealth visits. They have, Bluetooth stethoscopes that they can actually listen. They have all of these things, remote heart monitoring. They have all of these things that they can do remotely now, which the good thing is this gives increased access to healthcare to our aging adults that maybe have mobility challenges or that are not able to get out as easily anymore to go to the doctor. So that is one of the good things that's happening with technology to try and meet the growing needs. Now, one of the other positive trends that we're seeing for 2025, when I left corporate nursing, so to speak, when I was working in a hospital a year ago, there were a lot of initiatives out there. One is the age-friendly initiative, or the 4 M's. What matters most? Mentation, medication, and mobility. Trying to get to a more centered patient care, trying to make our care that we give in the healthcare system very unique and specific to that individual. So that's a really good trend that we can see coming. And so with the 4 M's, you can actually get certified as an age-friendly facility, hospital, or a clinic. So they're really, really moving towards how are we going to best care for our aging loved ones. One of the other trends that we are seeing, which is kind of a negative trend, is we are seeing, again, shortages in healthcare workers. Healthcare workers, doctors, clinicians, and that, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, is the fastest the jobs are projected to grow the most over the next 10 years because the need is so great, especially for healthcare workers such as nurses, technicians, therapists, personal care workers, medical assistants, those types of all those extra and those ancillary services that support the providers, that just keeps the ship floating. It just keeps the healthcare system going. And so that is still one of the critical needs is that there are not enough healthcare workers. Some nursing homes, they have more beds. They could open up more beds to care for have more residents, but they choose to close wings and close beds at our nursing homes because they don't have enough staff to meet the needs. Because obviously when you're in a nursing home, that requires a higher level of care, and people have more needs, where in assisted living, there is some some assisted livings require some form of independence. Now, even assisted livings, due to having trouble getting in a nursing home, even assisted livings now are elevating their level of cares, and there's different levels of assisted living. You can even have a enhanced level of care in assisted living, which means they'll even take someone that requires 2-person transfer or a mechanical lift. And so the landscape of these senior living communities are changing too, to try and meet the growing needs of our aging population. So that in a nutshell is, what the current trends are and how it may impact your family. So what we recommend for everyone is, get on that, try and get on that, that free masterclass that we're doing. If you are not currently a caregiver, but you're worried about, the time is probably coming soon, it's right around the corner, start getting the knowledge. I can't stress enough, being Linda and I being in the healthcare, being RNs for over 40 years. And, it's hard to be able to say to people that you just don't know what you don't know. Sometimes you think you have a good handle on it, but you don't know, because you don't know how the system works. You can't fill in the blanks or read between the lines. And we really want to help you. We had a situation where we had a client who went into the hospital, fell, broke her ankle, thought that she was just going to have an ankle repair, be in the hospital a couple of days, go home, get some therapy, go to rehab, get some therapy, and then get home. One thing led to another. She ended up with pneumonia. She ended up in ICU on a ventilator. She had pre-existing conditions prior to going to the hospital that were neglected because everybody, had a different focus on what was the most immediate thing there. It was very difficult. And thankfully, these were clients of ours for well over a year. So we were well versed in all their conditions. We were talking with doctors on a regular basis, sometimes daily, just trying to keep all the balls in the air and the pieces of the puzzle. So it can get very complex and things can change very quickly. And, we try and rely on our healthcare system, but we've gotten so specialized. Like the orthopedic doctor had his orders, the intensive care doctor had his, we had behavioral health, we had all these, the hospitalists, we had all these different doctors staying in their lane, but the problem is that no one was in charge of that, 3,000 foot view to try and pull all those pieces together so that everybody knew what was going on. So that became a big challenge. So, that's another reason, to look at nurse advocacy, just to help you be able to navigate these challenges that we're going to see as we continue with the senior care trends of 2025. So if you have any questions, please make some comments for the video or in the this also is live on our Facebook page, and let us know if you have any questions or something that you would like us to touch on or talk on. And Kathy, thanks for the thumbs up. And we will going to go ahead and end that for now, and we will see you back next week for another Tuesday Tips. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Take care.